Am I the a-hole for walking out of my sister-in-law's baby shower party after she had me babysit the kids? My brother and his wife are expecting their fifth child together. Last week, her sister threw kids-friendly baby shower party, and I was sent an invitation. I, 21, looked at the date, and even though I had an upcoming exam, also I'm not close with my brothers-in-laws, I decided to make time to attend, since my sister-in-law wanted me there so badly. I arrived at the party, and there were plenty of kids. I took a seat and watched as the kids made huge noise and disrupted the party atmosphere. That includes sister-in-law's kids, of course. SIL and her sisters were becoming frustrated. Sister-in-law took all the kids upstairs and told me to follow her. She had them go into the guest room and asked me to watch them for a few minutes till she returns. I told her thanks, but I wasn't up for it. She said, "Just 5 minutes, silly, don't act like kids are terrifying creatures." I said, "Okay, 5 minutes." She shut the door and was gone for 5, then 10, then 12 minutes. The kids were already making noise. I called her phone and she told me she was coming. I waited 5 minutes, then another 5. I went downstairs to speak to her. She saw me, pulled me aside telling me to go back upstairs and watch the kids. I said, "Why? I'm here for the party, not to babysit." She insisted and pressured me, which made me upset. I told her, no, I wasn't going to be stuck in a room with over 13 kids to babysit, while she and family have fun downstairs. I'm not even good with children. Yes, I love my nieces and nephew, but managing over 13 kids is a lot, and is not an easy task for someone like me. I took my jacket and said I was leaving. She begged me to come back, but I walked out. My brother were livid. She told him I walked out, and he said I shouldn't have, and called me unsupportive and negative to walk out. I did, and embarrassing his wife in front of guests. I told him about the 13+ kids she set me up to babysit, and reminded I had important stuff to do, but still found time to attend, just so she could isolate me in a room while she celebrated. He and my parents wanted me to apologize for my rudeness, and for messing up the event for sister-in-law. Am I the a-hole? My Bill, husband's brother, and his wife have 9 kids between them, 3 hers, 4 his and 2 theirs. When the youngest was about 2, and the oldest about 12, we were asked to babysit for an overnight on the weekend. They came back about a week later. That was the beginning of a pattern. The longest we looked after then was nearly 3 weeks. Ever tried to explain to a 3-year-old that you have no idea where mommy and daddy are, or when they'll be back? Not easy or fun. And yes, we kept doing it simply because we knew we were the best option for the children's well-being. Believe it or not, their parents were the least irresponsible adults in their lives other than us. NTA, the audacity of some people. They do something messed up, complain that they were embarrassed, etc., and play the victim card, and then require an apology. An apology for what? I'm sorry that you invited me to a party, so you can use me as a free babysitter? Her poor planning does not then become your responsibility. You choose to have a kids at your party? Great. Plan accordingly. It isn't like she's clueless to how kids behave. She has 4 of them already. No excuses at all. I understand helping out with a stressful situation, but she should not have made empty promises of coming back. The only thing she should be embarrassed about is the fact that not one person at that party cared enough about her to offer their help. Parents MIA too. Great bunch of people for sure. I roll. Crazy. I suspect you're a woman, or at least a fab. This seems like just a classic manifestation of misogynistic thinking. Shitty men have a tendency to see the need for childcare and look for the physically closest woman to pawn the work off on. Which I say as a man who has seen it a lot. Shitty women can be just as bad, on average. The only real difference is that women tend to look for the lowest status, most junior woman they can find to pawn off the work. I think that's 100% what this is. They were probably oblivious to the need for childcare. The children were predictably disruptive, and when that happened, your SIL decided you were the designated childminder by virtue of being either the youngest woman capable of doing it, or the lowest status one, in her eyes. NTA, you were right to leave. This woman treated you with some really blatant disrespect. You don't owe her anything, she owes you an apology. NTA. You were being tricked and pressured into babysitting for free, so the rest of your brothers and SIL's family could enjoy themselves. And you did the right thing in walking out. Not your monkeys, not your circus. Yes, it's obvious why your brother was livid. You spoiled his celebration for baby number 5. You made him actually be a father instead of celebrating becoming a father once again. How dare you? Per second, just in case someone asks, and of course your SIL was embarrassed. She was shown for the awfully entitled person she is. Childcare? Got it covered, op will do it. Or not. Well done, very well done. If your parents insist on an apology, I do it in a kind of group chat. I really am sorry that I was not fine with being tricked into babysitting 13 kids, most of which I don't know at all. If you had asked me, before jumping this on me, I'd have told you I'm not comfortable with it, and you'd have had a chance to find an actual babysitter. I'm also really sorry you and your guests actually had to parent your own children at your child-friendly party, and couldn't enjoy yourselves to the fullest because you hadn't considered getting your childcare covered in advance. I'm also sorry that you're embarrassed because my actions shed light on your failings as a parent, as a host, and as a SIL. Please, for the love of God, do not invite me to any more of your child-friendly parties, because I'm not going to be your impromptu babysitter in the future either. Thanks in advance. Tammy brother and his wife are expecting their 5th child together. Last week, her sister threw a kids-friendly baby shower party, and I was sent an invitation. First of all, unless there is a large gap between their children, why are they having a baby shower for a 5th child? Second of all, a kid-friendly party means that children are welcome to actually be at the party, not shuttled off a room to be babysat. I decided to make time to attend since my SIL wanted me there so badly. She wanted a free babysitter. There is no way that a single person can watch 13 children by themselves. They have parents who should have been watching their own kids. If they didn't want to watch them, then they should have hired 2 or more babysitters, but then they would have had to pay them. My brother were livid. She told him I walked out, and he said I shouldn't have, and called me unsupportive and negative to walk out. I did, and embarrassing his wife in front of guests. I told him about the 13+ kids she set me up to babysit, and reminded I had important stuff to do, but still found time to attend, just so she could isolate me in a room while she celebrated. He and my parents wanted me to apologize for my rudeness, and for messing up the event for SIL. It is unbelievably rude to invite someone to a party then expect them to babysit 13+ children by themselves. You took time out of your busy schedule you could have been studying, to go and support your brother and his family, and they tried to use you. Your SIL owes you the apology for misrepresenting a party invitation as an excuse for you to babysit her and her family's misbehaving children. I would never attend another one of their family events again. NTA in hell would have a greater chance freezing over than me ever apologizing. SIL is lucky that you didn't announce in front of everyone that, if she intended to bait and switch you into babysitting 13 kids, that the parents owe you $25 per kid. Pony up or I am leaving now. Added by for a family that already has as many children as SIL, a baby shower is nothing but a grift. I think that I would send SIL with a huge box of condoms wrapped in baby shower paper. Yes, I would be that petty. OP should think twice about going to brother and SIL's house again. When people show you who they are, believe them. Edit to add, SIL ruin her own shower. If you don't, wow, the unbelievable nerve of some people. You owe no one any sort of apology. It would have been rude enough if she invited you and asked you to watch the kids after you got there, but the whole stand here and I'll be back in 5 mins, and then not coming back thing is insane. Isn't that something some parents do to get their kids to go to sleep? Seriously, is that where she got this idea? Even as a guest, I'd be completely horrified to learn the child-friendly baby shower I brought my kid to had a sitter who was not only unwilling to do the job, but had invited as a guest. SIL should be embarrassed. Also, 13 kids, especially when you don't know all of them, is too many for one person. Don't even get me started on a shower for baby number 5. There are NTA, you embarrassed her because she deserved it? How dare she assume she can force you to watch the kids while the other adults party? And who has a baby shower for their 5th kid? It's only for the first maybe. I apologize that you felt it was not rude to force me to babysit, and you got upset when I wouldn't play babysitter for your 5th baby shower that you decided to have, and you decided to invite everyone's kids. I'm sorry you feel that you can force a guest you invited to attend and enjoy this party to babysit every kid at said party. I'm sorry you have no morals and values and want everyone to cater to the baby maker who can't keep her legs shut. NTA 1,000 times. I think everyone else is afraid of her and sounds like they just want to keep the peace, and you are the most level-headed in this situation. But no excuse, NTA, and do not go keeping